Hello.
Rajesh sir,
Hello, am I audible?
yeah, you're audible, sir. Sir, can I start?
Yeah, we can. You can start. I'm just trying to get connect with my ports. Yeah,
Okay, so I'm starting, sir. Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome on the second day of the 10 days online capacity building program on advanced research methodology. First day, the topic covered was introduction to research, and today, on the second day, the topic covered will be review of literature. I am very privileged and honored to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Rajesh Bhoite, who is also a PhD guide. Dr. Rajesh Bhoite is a distinguished academician and researcher in the field of business economics, currently serving as head of the Department of Business Economics at Anjuman Islam Akbar Pirbhai College of Commerce and Economics, Mumbai. He is also a recognized PhD guide at Hinduja College of Commerce and Economics, mentoring research scholar in business economics. Dr. Bhoite holds an extensive academic background, possessing multiple degrees, including BCom, MCom, MA in Economics, MA in Sociology, LLB, PhD, and specialized postgraduate diploma. His doctoral research focused on the socio-economic study of under-organized domestic leather artisans and labor in Mumbai in the post-globalizations era, conducted by Savitri Bai Phule, Pune University. In addition, he has cleared multiple UGC NET and SET examinations in commerce and economics, demonstrating his strong commands over the subjects. With a deep passion for research and academia, Dr. Bhoite has an impressive track record of scholarly contribution. He has published numerous research papers and book chapters, presented at 90 plus seminars and syllabus framing workshops, served as a resource person on 35 plus occasions, authored 8 books and chapters, received 6 Best Paper Presenter Award for his outstanding research contribution. Dr. Bhoite is actively engaged in professional networks and holds life membership in various prestigious academic associations, including the Indian Commerce Association, Indian Political Economy Association, Vishwa Marathi Parishad, Odisha Economic Association, Indian Sociological Society, and Maharashtra Society of Agricultural Economics, among others. Beyond academics, he is also a passionate musician, holding diplomas in classical and light music from the University of Mumbai and other esteemed institutions. His achievements in music includes Purv Vishrat in music and Prabhakar in Ravindra Sangeet from Prayagraj Samiti. With over 3 decades of academic excellence, research, and leadership experience, Dr. Rajesh Bhoite continues to contribute significantly to the field of business economics, higher education, and interdisciplinary research. His dedication to academic growth and professional development is evident through his participation in orientation, refresher, and faculty development programs, having attended 30 plus FDPs, 10 workshops, and multiple capacity building programs. His commitment to education, research, and social science makes him a highly respected educator, mentor, and thought leader in academic community. Without wasting any time, I'll request Rajesh sir to start the session.
Hello. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Krishna. I think I'm audible. Yeah,
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
yeah. Thank you very much. First of all, I thank the college, Menon College, the director of the college, all the coordinators, and Professor Krishna for coordinating for this session, and you all dear participants. I am given the topic, which is the core of your thesis work, that is a literature review. Either you write a research paper or you go for your research work, actual thesis work. Literature review is must. Now, why it is so? Because no work is no work is in this world untouched. All kind of researches already have been done, but The thing is that you have to understand what kind of work is done, what I'm going to do. You have to just see it, and that's why the literature review is must. We shall, okay, this session is a long session, so I'll be dividing into two parts. The first part, I'll be discussing all theoretical perspective about the ROL, and the second part, I shall teach you applied. It means how to write it. That is very important because being a guide, I find many students struggling to write the literature review. And then when they get no option, they are just copy pasting, which is subject to again plagiarism and the unethical integration of the work. So I will teach you practically how to develop the ROL by taking article, okay, then by taking thesis, a book, and reports. Let's start with the session. Give me 1 minute. I'm sharing with PPT. Is it visible, PPT, Krishna? Yeah, is PPT visible?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, I've shared it already. Let's check one more time. Your screen sharing is showing. Check it out. I'm shown that it is visible.
No, no, sir. Uh,
Not yet.
no. Yeah, now it started, sir. Now it started, sir.
Started or not started?
Yeah, started, sir.
Okay. Then let's start with this one of the intellectual process, and I'm very happy that so many have joined here to understand literature review. First, we try to understand exactly what is mean by review of literature. As I told you, whatever work you have to do, you want to write a paper or you want to do the PhD, you have to understand what kind of work has been done in the area chosen by you. There are two meaning of literature review. Before selecting the title, you can refer it, or after selecting the title, you also can refer it. Many times, the good researcher have a thought what they want to study. They decide their area of study, and then they start searching out what kind of work has been done in this area. As I told you, no work is untouched. Today, AI is so fast, people are trying to know about AI. But you know that on this AI, already the Western world has done many researches. People already have done work on that. Then the question comes, then why I'm doing? If they have done what I am doing, the answer is very simple. There is a research gap which you have to find out so that what others have done, you should not repeat it, and what they have excluded, you will include in the literature. So review means going through, and literature means the previous work done by the millions of researchers. Okay, so it's an overview of previous work done in the area of you are interested in. Second, it's the critical evaluation of work done by others. You go through some articles, you read it, and then you come to know that what they have done, and then you decide what you have to do. For example, someone has already worked on the impact of education on the demographic dividend of a country called South Africa. Now you get an idea why can't I do such kind of work by taking reference of India or by taking the states of India, any one of the state of India. So this way you get an idea about the scope of your work. So literature review is very important because it gives you scope to learn something or do something which others have not done. Then you also understand what they have missed to write. We all are creative learners. Out of you, there are many genius here who are more genius than us. Because what our mind thinks, that is very unique. Others must be thinking that way, we cannot ensure. But our mind thinks something different. So literature review is a base which will exactly give you the idea what you have to do by studying them or by reviewing them. You get a different dimensions of the study. Take simple example. The world is having war. Many countries are the war torn today. Now, someone did on the study on displacement. Okay, the social scientists will study on the social impact. The economic scientists, economists will study on the economic impact. The politician researcher will study on the political impact. Okay, the person from commerce will study, the commercial aspects of commercial issues in these countries. Literature person will think about the stories or the historical backgrounds along with the anthropologist interdisciplinary approach they can study. Psychologists will study the trauma people are going through and the impact of psychological impact. So try to understand. I gave you one area, and now different research scholars are going to add their dimension in the studies. This is the beauty of research, and that's why review of literature has to be studied. It should be, it must be studied to find out the research gap. So some people might not think, "Ki, why should I study the war foreign country? What is my use? Your area already has been there. You just have to focus on that area. So someone is more interested in the interdisciplinary approach. He can study the socio-economic aspect. Someone can go for a socio-psychological aspect, right? Someone go for a historical and cultural aspects, anthropologist. So try to understand the literature review helps you to choose your topic, your area, which is not exactly like them. It is of the studied area only, but your dimension will be different. Your ideology will be different. Your thought will be different. That's why literature review is must. Now, why literature review is important? Why should you do it? Duplication of work should not take place. Now, it's happening in universities, and I know one case is that the University of Bombay mailed the student that same kind of topic has already been studied. So that's why you have to be careful, right? Because you just took some title and you just framed it, you worked on it, you prepared the proposal, and then sent to the University of Mumbai or Pune or any university, and then they are telling that the same kind of work has already been done. Then you should be able to convince them it is not same kind of work, sir. My objectives are different. My hypotheses are different. My study variables are different. So if you are able to tell them, it means that you have done a good job on literature review. Otherwise, it will be called as the duplication of work only. I hope you are understanding, right? Second is you come to know about the theoretical perspective of some work. Now, I'm more interested in socio-economic studies. On really the war situation countries, but I have limitation. I cannot go there. I cannot go to get the empirical data from them. But those people have studied it in their own countries, okay, because of having access. So I can read their paper and I can understand what is the theoretical perspective they have taken on that study. And tomorrow, in any case, I get some scope to study it by sitting in India itself. I can go for that kind of topic. So it gives you theoretical perspective. And you come to know that what is already contributed in the literature. You know that we have done so many we have done so many literature in this world. There are every corner of the world. There are people. who are intelligent, who are contributing in a fundamental knowledge of area. So we come to know what is already available. Then you understand their methodology. This is very important. The research scholar must note it. Always try to tell research scholars, learn their methodology. Many times when we ask interviewer or the student, even the many times faculties also get confused with the methodologies, which methods to apply. Either it's a mixed method or only quantitative or only qualitative or which kind of sampling. They don't understand difference in stratified and quota sampling. Many times confusion takes place. So when you are going through number of literature review, especially yellow mark, in a yellow mark, you highlight their methodology. So you understand what kind of methods they have followed, which can help you to choose your own methodology. Okay? Because I'm thinking something randomly, which uh, may not be appropriate because I'm thinking it arbitrarily. But if I read the literature review and I go systematically, I understand the published work already by the good in the good journals, and their methodology has been accepted. So those all become my actual base of doing research. So literature review is very important. Then, if you want to get your research paper selected in a good journals, you have to work on literature review, right? When I teach you the applied part, you all will come to know very easily. I know that his first part can be it's theoretical, so you might find it boring, but it's not like that. You understand the base. And when you go for applied, you understand how to write it effectively. If you do not write literature review effectively, they may not accept your paper. The ABDC and Scopus and UGC care, they're very particular about the literature reviews mentioned by you. Then synthesizing empirical researches. So many people have done the primary database work in this world. You are going through that, and it tell us the recent area of study. Many times, students come across, sir, what kind of topic we should select? Please tell. What should I work upon? Try to understand. Until you give your thought, you cannot come to know what you want to do. First of all, your area of interest is must. For example, you want to work in only marketing area. You want to study the HR area. You want to study the Indian economic problems. You want to study the sociological perspective of the figures. You want to study the issues and challenges faced by the certain communities. So your area has to be first decided. But many times when you are not understanding what should I choose, from the literature review, you come to know the areas and then you click up. Then you try to get an idea. Yes, now from this, I can take this area and it is more suiting to my area of interest. So literature review needs a patience, it needs a time. People don't like today reading more in the world of AI and chat GPTs. We don't want to think critically and write critically. But remember one thing, literature review, you have to read that much patience you have to develop as a researcher. Now, literature review, what does it consist? Unfortunately, many times I've seen the work where there is a no criteria given by the guides what should be included. So we have seen students only writing articles published in the journal. But let me tell you, the articles published in the journal, 60% are similar. What's similar? To take simple example, India Skill Mission. Go home today and download the article on India Skill Mission, and you will find that 60% component is same because many papers are based on the secondary data. So you'll find that अरे नया कुछ है ही नहीं. Everything is like similar. So I always advise students, please don't use only one ROL form. You take articles, thesis, reports and working paper, and the books. Now books will be minimum, reports will be minimum, thesis and articles should be maximum. Why so? I will tell you now in the next slide. I hope you're understanding, right? Am I audible, Krishna? Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, fine. Thank you very much. So in ROL, many times what happens, students are they're over, stating only articles. And but it is the responsibility of the guide also to guide the student. That is very important, I believe strongly. Being into the research, the ethical integrity also comes on us to tell you what should be your ROL composed of. So I basically tell this quote to my student, books can be 10, okay? Reports can be 5, 10, okay? But thesis, there are so many. If you are not getting more thesis on your work, try to take maximum related to. And last one, you have to take the articles. In articles, there are so many articles published, and you can download from Google Scholar and other and repositories, and you can refer them. Now come to the next one, where the articles to be, sorry. Yeah. Now the question may come, so where the articles to be taken from? Google Scholar has a free access. Unfortunately, the AI has also been now restricted to use the literature review or the literature from number of depositories. They have stopped giving access to the AIs, right? So Google Scholar is option with you. Free access is there. On Google also you can type your keyword and PDF in front of that. You get the PDF, download it, and start to work on it. Or you can join the libraries. You can join the libraries like SNDT library in Mumbai. I don't know you're from. I think it's a national capacity building program. So nearby libraries you join. Being we are in Mumbai, SNDT library is giving you access. Gokhale is giving you access. Tata TIS is giving you access. So these all are giving you access. And by taking some little amount as a membership, they they are giving you the access. Okay. So SNDT, my experience was very good. They said ki, you pay some amount, 100 rupees. That time I paid in 2012. And they said me, you bring CD. And then I think from morning 11 to 3 o'clock, I sat over there. I found out all my articles. I downloaded in a folder and they gave me that in my CD drive. Then after reaching home, I referred those for 1 month, 2 months, and I wrote my literature review. This you can do. Remember, if you are not getting everything on Google, please visit library at least one. They are full of the fantastic journals. They have already binded for you. Even the library, Gokhale Library of Pune, or their other branches also there. They have even the newspaper, everyday newspaper. They have such a big, huge. They have done the binded up, and you can get even the newspaper article of any year of any day. I myself have experienced it. So you please go there. And for thesis, you all know that Shodh Ganga is the best option for you. The Indian government, the government of India, and today the Shodh Ganga access is free to all of you. All theses have to be uploaded over there, so you can get number of theses related to your area of study from the Shodh Ganga. Shodh Gangotri is not having in detail, but Shodh Ganga are having entire thesis uploaded right from title to the references. Understood? So you can refer this. I told you if you are sitting at home, you want to download PDF, go to Google or go to Google Scholar. maximum article you download. If you want to download thesis, go to Shodhganga, download chapter wise, make a folder of that right author and chapter wise download. If you are going to other universities, if they're giving you access of e-library, download from there. If not, then refer the hard copies, write down with your pen pencil the gist of the work, the reference is in APS style, come home and type it. I think many libraries are giving you the access I think you can use laptop over there. Please, I had joined. So you can go there with a laptop and throughout day you can sit and study. You can use their power, right? It's really fantastic. The Peace Library of Govandi. Those who are from Mumbai, I would request them at least go once. Even they are having their daily visit facility. 200 rupees they have increased now. 200 you give for a one day. Go early morning, have breakfast, go there, sit till evening. You get maximum access to your literature review. I hope it is clear. Yeah. Then we have what to mention in secondary data. Now, many of you are exactly what's the problem is that you have now article with you, you have thesis with you, but you do not know, sir, what should I mention in my literature review? So if your paper is secondary database, what secondary database means what? It is not primary database. There is no primary empirical data, but someone has written on a theoretical perspective. And such papers can be easily understood. You know how? While reading, you come to know. They're writing, for example, I tell you, uh, the importance of India's skill mission, right? Or the significance of the India's skill mission. Compared. Now you'll find that they're writing importance of skill mission. I know different courses given under skill mission. So it will be all theoretical secondary database. There will be nothing like primary tables. Some secondary database people are using. As we economic student, we analyze the monetary policy, right? We analyze the fiscal policy. So we are getting some government data in the numerals. So we refer those numerals and then we present it with our thought. So secondary data, what to include? I have written some bullets here. You can understand what to include in that. First of all, what is the study about? Write in 2, 3 lines. Study kiska bare mein hai? What the study is about. Second, main objective you mentioned. Then what theoretical perspective, or I will say here, just wait, I change here for you. Methodology used, you can mention what is their finding or what is their opinion, uh, what they found out about that, and what do they recommend or what do they recommend or suggest. Okay, so this should be your part of your literature review. Literature review does not mean writing anything which is baseless. No, literature review means systematically you're putting study what is the study about, what is the main objective, what were the method of study, like data was collected, primary data collection method based or secondary method data based. Sampling, if they had, then secondary there is no sampling, no question of sampling only. Hypothesis, no question only. So directly come to the findings and their opinion. Basically, you do not get a scope for writing creatively on such kind of paper. You can only draft, you can make a draft in your own word, a paragraph, and you can write. But there's no scope to write more because it is purely sentences based study. The main interesting is this. What to mention in primary data. This is very important. This is very interesting. And I always tell my students, please refer the primary database work. Primary database work are very important. Why? Because every work is innovative. Every work has a different method. The researcher has put his best in the thesis. You know, minimum how many months are needed to submit a thesis? 33 months. But there are people who are spending 5, 5, 6, 6, 7 years in their researches. So they are spending so much time. So imagine their work will be so useful for you, right? And you are easily using it. So that is the what the we must thank Shodhganga for this. So now while writing about the uh, thesis, you have to mention study about. Again, what is the study about? Then you mention which kind of study it is. It's only qualitative, it is descriptive, it is explorative, it is analytical, or it is quantitative, or it is mixed. Now you don't scare, sir. How can I write myself? Don't write yourself. They have mentioned it over there. In thesis, they mention 95% people mention the nature of their study. So just put that as it is. They must have written my study is descriptive. They must have written my study is inferential. They must have written my study is qualitative. They must have written my study is quantitative. Some people are doing mixed study, qualitative and quantitative both, where they are using survey method as well as the interview and the focus group opinion method. So please mention very clearly about the type of study they have done. Then also mention if they have mentioned if the study is a cross-sectional or longitudinal. Now again, I'm telling you, you don't write by your own. You don't write by your own. You have to see what they have written. What is the cross-sectional? The study carried at a particular period of time. To my knowledge, 99% work is the cross-sectional only. People are not taking pain to carry research work into multi-phases, right? So whatever study you are doing, it's a cross-sectional because you do at a particular period of time. You get data in particular 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 6 months. But some people are there in a psychology in the education department. They are doing longitudinal study. What is that? Okay, I always give example. Suppose I want to understand the change in behavior of the student. So I'm taking 50 students or I'm taking 100 students from 8th standard and I'm studying them in a questionnaire. Again in 9th standard they go. Again I study in 9th standard the same group. Again 10th standard they reach when they're little matured. I again study them in 10th standard. So the same number of students I'm studying how many times? I'm studying 3 times. That is a longitudinal study. So we have to mention that. Okay, I'm focusing only on ROL today, not other part of research methodology. Now, again, mention objectives in 2, 3 lines, not more. What is the objective of their study? Put the hypothesis in summary line, what they, which variable they have considered, and what hypothesis they have mentioned. I write here, see what you can mention if it is null or alternate or both. Okay, 100% one of the way they must have accepted. So you have to see whether they have accepted null hypothesis, they have written null hypothesis, or they have written alternate hypothesis, or both. Mention that in 1 line, 2 lines. Then, without fail, mention their sampling size and sampling method. Leave their student. If you want to write a systematic literature review, mention this. It's a good quality of the researcher. You mention which kind of technique they have used. It's a probability or non-probability. Again, in probability, it is a random sampling, systematic sampling, it's a stratified sampling, it's a cluster sampling, or it is a uh, multi-phase sampling. If it's not probability, please clearly mention whether it's a convenience sampling, purposive sampling, accidental sampling, quota sampling, or the snowball sampling. One method they must have used. Otherwise, PhD hoga hi nahi. PhD will not take place. They have to use some technique. So please mention that. And the size they must have given 500 people, 600 respondents to mention that. Then, if possible, in a one, two line, write about the statistical tool used, which kind of test they have used, whether they have used descriptive analysis, including mean, mode, median, correlation, regression, or they have used the test like ANOVA and other chi-square and F-test, and there are so many tests available today. Please mention that. And then write about their findings in three, four lines, what they have found out. This is very important. And then conclusion you may come across. So try to understand this. You can find is that in the literature review, when I'm drafting a paragraph, I'm writing so many things. Now you can yourself, before this also you have done literature review. Now you try to do this way, and you yourself will understand the difference of literature review. That my literature review is so well that if someone reads it, suppose you wrote it and I read it, I'll appreciate you. Why? I did not read the person of that. I did not read. I did not read the work of that person. From your literature review, I'm directly understanding what he has studied. This is what your contribution. I hope you understand. So when you have referred someone's thesis and you have written so systematically, study about type of study, objective of the study, hypothesis summary, variables included in the study, sampling technique and size, statistical tool use, finding, major finding, and conclusion. So you wrote it. Now other audiences will be very happy to read it because they will understand others' work through you very easily. This is the way you have to write. This is wrong. Is it fine? Yeah. Then let me come to now the point, very important point I will come to. What are the types of what are the types of literature reviews? Okay. Now many people do not know about this because no one discussed this, and which you have to use, I will tell you, but you must understand the types of ROL or which kind of ROL are there. The number one ROL is narrative or a traditional literature review, not systematic, just reading the reading PDF and writing one paragraph on that, informing about the background information about topic. This was used before. This we call as a unsystematic literature review, and I will never recommend this to you, right? So traditional review it was like just and many are doing this. I'm telling you, many are doing this. They're reading and they're writing something which is coming in their mind, and they say it is over. But the way it should be written, I told you systematically that we don't write. So this is not more followed. It is more subjective. If I ask every one of you to write a literature review without teaching you how to write, and you all wrote and sent me, you'll find that it's subjective. Everyone has different way of writing. No structured approach, Hello, I'm audible now. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, now.
Yeah, I'm very sorry I got disconnected. Sorry, sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Uh, okay, I was sharing with you, right? We'll continue. Yeah, so okay, by that we got a break of 2 minutes. Okay, so what I was telling is that narrative literature review, we are not more suggesting you. I will not suggest you. It is just writing something what you read without systematic approach. So just understand it, never use it. Okay. The second is the next is very important systematic literature review. This all of you have to uh, without fail. All of you have to adopt it. Now, what does it mean? What I taught you right now. When you are writing any literature review, don't write it randomly as your opinion. Write it what they have written in your words in a systematic way. So it is more reliable. It is more in a medical science and even scientific social sciences we are using it, and some protocols are followed. What's the protocol? You are following that all points which I taught you. What is the study about? What are the what's the type of study? What were the sampling method? What were the their data collection method? You are putting everything systematically. You're following the protocol of writing literature review. So this is one of the best literature review which I suggest you. You must go through it. You must use systematic review only. Where you are now, what systematic? Your studies on the leather industry, and you're writing about, writing about the fast food industry. It won't work. Okay, but if you are thinking about the employees in particular sector, then other sector you can take to show their employees problem. That is allowed. But you are writing a case study of leather industry. But when you write a case study of leather industry and their management, then take all that industry related work. That is systematicness. You are doing then something on the wood industry, something on this industries, and that will be the irrelevancy will increase, and that will not be adored by the audiences who are reading your thesis. You know that many a time when we go through thesis now, by opening their chapter only, we form a idea. This is good work. We'll go for it. Many times, by seeing that we say it's not good work, just close it and don't read only. So that indirect impression you are putting on the audiences. So please follow the systematic literature review where you are writing everything. I have given an example in applied one, and I will type here for you so that you understand hypothetical. I will create one literature review, and you'll understand how exactly it is written systematically and not randomly what you think. Never do that mistake. Author has written something, it has a value. And what you are thinking, it is your thinking. So don't write your thinking and spoil his creativity or his actual work. Write what he has done, but in your own words. Okay. Third is the meta-analysis, which is nowadays many people are talking about it very much. Meta-analysis. By reading word meta only, we all get scared. What does it mean? Meta means something very dangerous, not like that. It is more used by the psychology people, I tell you. Now, some social sciences are studying it, but it is more for psychological and medicine industry student, where you take quantitative data from different studies. The science students wants to experiment on the rats. We want to understand the genetics of rat. Why does rat get fat? My friend had done this study long back in Birla College. She had some rats in the laboratory. She used to feed them paneer and cheese every day. So the slim rats became fat. And she used to cut them and she would study what kind of changes coming in them, right? So these people have to take number of studies related, and they have to make a base of our study. This is the meta-analysis. So multiple studies related to only the quantitative conclusion, only quantitative conclusion. I'm using word two, three times. Only quantitative conclusion, multiple studies on a related data which you are studying, that related one, and then you are coming to your work. The what is the condition is homogeneity. Now, what is homogeneity? Criteria only. So meta-analysis is very difficult. This is very difficult. I'm telling you. ये बहुत मुश्किल है because search करने में time जाएगा. You have to spend lot of time in searching the work which are based on the homogeneity, and all kind of such work you are gathering together, and then you are working on your dimension. This is the meta-analysis. A very good, if you are using this for your PhD, wonderful. The economic students can use it because when we study the Indian economic problems, different kind of like problem of employment, the one can take studies all over the Indian states about the employment problem, and you can study the employment issue in Maharashtra. So some disciplines it is more relevant. I don't say for every discipline it will work. It again depends on your topic. Okay. So meta-analysis is also good. Then we have the critical review. Basically, critical review should not be taken as a base for your ROL, because if you are the editor of journal and you're reading article and you're giving them opinion, critical opinion, it should be like this and this, then okay. But when you are reading someone and you are generating your critical thinking on that, then it will be difficult for you to summarize them. But still, some people are questioning theories. Some people are there. Suppose I tell you the ABDC and Scopus index journals are having this kind of review students. They can ask explanation, they can question. So it is a deep critique rather than summarizing. The other three we are summarizing. This is critically, deep critically studying it. And this gives a new insights. But as you are a new researcher and you are not experienced much, critical review again will not be your option for you until otherwise you are presenting paper or sending research paper in the high standard journals. Then integrative review, what does it mean? A very beautiful kind of ROL. You can take here theoretical based studies as well as empirical based studies. And both studies you can take as a base for your writing literature review. So it is called as the integration of practical approach and theoretical approach. Now, example I tell you. Suppose some people have written, they have done studies on the psychological perspective of employees working in medical industry. So they got a practical work done by the people, and so they got a data-based study. But to supplement it, you also have referred some work which is done on the theories of human resource, right? So these two kind of work you can take together, and on both you can write your ROL. So mixed studies you can use. So in simple language, quantitative and qualitative, both kind of studies you can use, integrate them while writing your literature review. I suggest this for you, okay, as a research scholar. Now, last one is the umbrella review. This is nowadays many students are doing. It has some name like literature reviews are reviewed. Now, what does it mean? This is something very different. I will do one thing. I will study the literature review and I will not set any title. I will write a review on those reviews. This is called as the umbrella review. Like I will review all the articles systematically, literature review of all the articles systematically, and I shall provide a high level summary on that. So it is a really good one. Basically, law students can use it on a great scale because law studies have cases, and you came across 10 cases, you came across 10 cases and their literature reviews, you can summarize them for the legal field students, and you can write their high level summary, which is evidence based. So basically, in the healthcare sector and law sector, healthcare studies and legal studies, this is more used. But even social sciences people are also writing nowadays umbrella review. So what does it mean? Reading others' reviews and giving your review on that. I hope you're understanding. So you're not writing any paper, you're not writing any research paper. You are writing an article or a paper in the form of reviewing others' work. So this is called as a umbrella review. So these are the different literature reviews you can use in a study. But I will suggest, as many of you must be from social sciences, if I'm not wrong, and the humanities, go for the systematic literature review and go for the integrated literature reviews. It will help you a lot because the studies which are done arbitrarily, the studies which are done arbitrarily, but without base, how can you use literature? Tell me, how can you use their references? Religious studies, religious studies, spiritual studies, studies on the ghost and such thing, blind belief. They're arbitrary studies. They don't have any uh, strong, they don't have any strong background of literature review because we have not witnessed it. Neither the person who is writing, he may have witnessed, but he cannot prove he have witnessed. So all kind of these studies are arbitrary mythological studies because same mythology in different section you'll find there's a change in its uh, story or change in its constitution. So when you study into the uh, academics, you are supposed to do only a systematic literature review. That is only advisable to you. I hope up to this is clear. All of you understood up to this. Yeah, am I audible now, Krishna? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, someone at least ensured me when I asked you because as it happened, yeah, I went out of range and I could not understand. So someone can
Sure,
reply.
sure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for replying. I hope you research. Now, what care to be taken? Now, what care? Here you have to be very careful. What care can you take? The first care is that your literature review should be based on your objective of the study. I'm changing here. Should be based, yeah, I have written there. It should be objective based on it. It means it should be on the area chosen by you. Suppose now I am writing one paper recently, and as I told you, I do keep on writing many research papers. So I am now writing a research paper on different labor theories all over the world, or the different labor theories applied, or the global theories applied in a for the economic development. Now here, if my area is about the contribution of Nobel literates for the economic growth, then I have to only refer the Nobel literate work because My area is on that only. I want to study how India can grow by using the different Nobel literate work in economics. So I may take Dr. Amartya Sen, I may take any other, and I can refer them in my study. So your literature review has to be based on your area of study only. Then please consider time, study objective, location. It means what? Where you are, suppose you are doing study in Mumbai. So you are searching in Mumbai, so that is a mistake by you. If in Mumbai people have done study, then why are you doing that study? So you write that suppose you are studying about the behavior of Genjis in Mumbai. So you study the behavior of Genjis in other cities of the India or the behavior of Genjis done by other states works. So your area is Mumbai, but you can refer others' work in their location. They have taken a geographical area and carried study. So that care you have to take. Then in a primary work, please write methodology. Some secondary paper do not have methodology. I tell you, there are different peer reviewed. They're also good, but there are different local journals. They publish anything. I'm not criticizing them. Don't take me wrong, but that's the reality. They publish it. You may come across the paper which does not have at all the methodology. I saw one paper without objective, and paper was published. My God, what is this? Right? Without objectives, how can you write a paper? I don't understand, right? That is the what you start your work with. So please use methodology, right? Then ethical consideration. Don't do anything what you feel. Be ethical. Write their views only in your words. Don't write anything by your own. They have studied on 500 data and you're writing 800 data. Not good. They have used their method systematic random sampling, and you're writing here a quota sampling. Matlab, what they have done, value it, honor it, and refer it and write your own words. That ethical consideration you must. Time nahi hai, who will read? Yaar? Don't have time. Just we got an idea and just type whatever you think. People do like that. We have seen narrative essay. I told you, I did not recommend you. What do you do? They read something over, and they understand the gist, and then start writing, developing by their own. But you don't forget, it's going to be published. The man whom you are citing, he may also read that tomorrow. So be careful in that. Then proper citation, APA style, seventh edition. Please, we are from social sciences, so I'm suggesting that I don't know about the on physical science. They use MLA some side references, but we are using APA seventh edition. Please cite properly. Whatever you are using, cite properly. Otherwise, you will come in a plagiarism. Even your own work, you can have to cite. I have written 6 papers on leather industry. Every my new paper on leather, I have to cite them. Otherwise, it will be a self-plagiarism. Then only take quality sentences on the work done. You know that in any kind of article or any kind of paper you read, 60% is the repetition about the introduction and theories and all that. But 40% is something original views of the writer, data inferences of the writer, objective inferences of the writer. Please focus on that. That is very important. Don't give your thoughts, I told you, and please paraphrase in your own words. Don't copy paste literature review from here and there. Read it and paraphrase in your own word. I'm repeating again. Paraphrase in your own word. What's a paraphrasing in your own word means? Write in your own language. Write in your own words. Don't write as it is. Even the 4 line you caught of someone's, it comes in the plagiarism. Can you tell? Can you believe this? Today, drip bill they have made compulsory, which is very strict plagiarism tool. All of you, I'm making aware all of you. Okay, drill bit is recommended in Pune University. Even Bombay University has now using that. 10% plagiarism is needed in any paper or thesis you are working. Now you can find is that if it is if it is copy pasted, then it will really create a problem for you in future, right? Understood? Clear? Now come to the next one. Now you may again have a question. How many type of how many pages should you write? Okay. Now what does it mean? You are confused for thesis. I'm telling for thesis. I'm not telling for research paper. Research paper 12, 15 you can write by in 4 lines. I write here in somewhere, but not this. Okay. You have to at least for thesis 40 pages. I feel are very important. You must write. Okay. So how many pages are there? You see. Ideally, research article should up to 50, thesis up to 40, reports and books up to 5 or 10 you can use. There is no standard for this. I am telling you, if you are not guessing thesis, okay, if you are not getting thesis, use article more. If you are getting thesis more, use thesis more. If you are getting reports more than 10, use it, no problem. Books don't use more. Up to 10 it's adequate. And every literature review must be more than 15 to 20 lines. I increase it because for thesis we have to write more. So it should be, yeah, 20 to 25 lines. You can draft a one literature review. As I told you what to mention. Ideally, I recommend you for thesis 100 ROL you give, and your thesis will have the good good shape, okay, good weight, and your chapter will look also good. So up to 100 you can go. It's not a fast rule up to 100. Some people have chosen topic on which there is no literature available. So you can stick to 75, okay, 80. But just writing 40, 50 literature review for thesis is unacceptable. No one will accept it. For article, you can use up to 15, and that we write in 4, 4, 5 line, not more than that. I'm teaching about thesis, considering you all as a research scholar at the faculties. Now come to the, we are ending toward the, this all theoretical perspective now, and then we go for applied study. Now question comes, why thesis? As I told you already, every thesis has a different methodology. Every thesis has a different layout. So you are using 50 thesis. If you are using 50 thesis, it means you are getting you are getting to understand 50 methodologies and 50 kind of design, research design they follow. So kitna acha hai? You get a knowledge from this, right? You get a knowledge from this. So that's why thesis, I always say, use more. Then it speaks about many types of researches. There are different kind of, some people do descriptive study, some do exploratory study, some do metaphysical study. There are different kind of studies, qualitative studies, some do quantitative studies. So you understand how many types they have used. So your area of knowledge gets increased, your horizon of knowledge gets increased. Then you also come to know different kind of samplings people have used. I have gone through very good research papers and theses where people have really used a wonderful methodologies. Like you feel ki how they have thought about this. So you come to know sampling methods they have used and the sampling size they have taken. universe they have chosen, sampling frame they have chosen. You come to know. It tells you about the statistical tools they have used. Many times you are confused. Now I prepared my question here. I got my data. Now what tools should or what test should I use? Then you keep on searching the statistician. Then he will apply some tools. If not in a natural process, okay, they give deliberate results also. We come across many such works in our life, in a day-to-day academic life. So please mention what tools they have used. Compare, na? Compare. In this study, they have used this kind of test for the questionnaire. Refer questionnaire, see how it is drafted, see the test they have applied. So you get a knowledge from thesis. So thesis must be used, what I feel, honestly. The last one is it gives you primary data, original data of someone's work, right? It gives you original data of someone's work. That's why theses are very important. Now, why reports? I told you take some reports, working paper also. Why? Because reports are always a survey-based data followed by the agency or the government or a particular organization or a particular person also. Four people can work on this. Who I'm adding here, see by whom it is, by whom the reports are given. Maybe a agency, okay, maybe an organization, okay, maybe an individual, right? And maybe sponsored agencies भी होती है बहुत ज़्यादा. So by these people, you can refer their reports, and they're really good. Don't hesitate to use them. Why? Because they are actually survey based. You know that Government of India also carries many studies. I came across one incident in one interview. The girl wanted to do a research on the. Give one second. I'm just recalling. I was there as a committee member for the selection, and the girl wanted to study on the gig economy and women. Okay, so gig economy and women she was trying to study, and sorry, she was studying about the a rural-urban divide and the women. Rural-urban divide and women. Very good topic. When people are saying that "Arey, so many work have been done on this, the lady got a Nobel Prize for this last year on the women employment. Think no study is over, but your ideas should be very clear and up high level. So she was said that why do you feel that women are not empowered? Who says like that? She was trying to convince all of us that in rural areas women are not empowered digitally the way the women are digitally empowering cities. I think what was not wrong. It's very true. My my village grannies, my village aunties are not even knowing today what is digitalization. कहाँ गलत है? She was not wrong. But the one lady faculty said that to her, who says women are not empowered? Look at us. Then try to understand now here. Now, then I told them, excuse me, ma'am, you are highly empowered, you're getting high salary, you're highly educated, but that is you. There are millions of in the villages still uneducated. They do not have access to the digital, the tools. Even my own cousin sister married, her husband uses her bank account. Okay, लड़की बहन का पैसा भी आ रहा है तो वही अभी देख रहा है. She doesn't even know how to use it. Recently, she met me and I said, you must learn it. So United UNCTAD has already written a report on it. I told them. UNCTAD has written report on it, and we are discouraging students to work on it. So get my point, what I want to say. So there are many survey-based researches done by many agencies and international institutions. Please refer them in your study. People don't use it, but please use it because their studies are relevant, authentic, actual social problem based. I hope you agree. So refer the articles or the working paper by written by agency, individual, group of people, or the organizations, and because they have a very clear methodology. You know, you must be knowing that COVID pandemic 19. Just today, if you get time after the lecture, okay, you just go and see online reports on COVID 19 and pandemic, and I bet you there must be more than 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 reports on it worldwide. Got my point now? Because many agencies studied on COVID pandemic. People carried studied, they are into lakhs. Research scholars carried study on pandemic, they are into lakhs and lakhs. But there are some agencies also, countries also, the international also, they also have written on the COVID pandemic and the impact on different segment of the society. So please refer the article. I'm just convincing you to use it because it has the worth information. Now, books I have not written because, okay, I add here now one more thing, a new slide I add. I'm reading right now here. Why research articles? Okay. Why research articles? Can anyone tell me why research articles? See, research articles, it gives, okay, it gives you an idea of different thinkings, right? What different, same topic, same area, but what others have thought, you come to know about it. So it tells about different thinking. It tells you about methodology if applied. Methodology तो they apply करेंगे it's there. It tells you about the their main objectives, what they had to study about it, and it mainly helps you in getting knowledge as research papers are hardly in hardly written in 10 to 15 pages with abstracts with abstract. Now this is very important, dear student. I want to speak on this because I know the students' problem when I handle them. I come across these all problems they are facing. Some research paper have the abstract. You must have seen that. That abstract really helps you to get the input. But now what's the problem? But abstracts are of two kinds. One, study ends to, but this is of no use. They write that my studies aim to find out this, aim to find out that. Please give me 1 minute. Please give me 1 second. Dear learners, give me 2 minutes. Okay, please bear.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Hello. Yeah, sorry. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Slide is visible, or shall I share it again?
It's visible, sir.
Yeah, sorry. I had some phones from bank and they were not able to, they're calling continuously. Yeah. So the study aims to, when they write study aims to, then that abstract is not so useful for your ROL writing. But some articles have findings included. These are very important for you. Okay. So article abstracts have of two kinds. One is like this study aims to study, I know, aims to study the problems of women in India, and just write abstract telling that what you want to study. So that is not helpful for you in your ROL. But I have seen some paper where they give everything: objective, summary, objective, methodology, findings, results. So that is very helpful for you, right? So use those kind of articles if you want to uh, save your time. If you want to save your energy, go for such kind of articles in which abstract they are including everything in a summary. So that's why article is important. Okay. So why article is important? I said because it gives you the exact summary. I've seen those articles. There are many different paper. I think one healthcare industry, one healthcare article is there. I like to write on healthcare, economics of healthcare. So I don't remember now the article name. That in a journal name I don't recall now. But I have in my bookmark, I think, said that article. Every article is having that summary. A fantastic summary they give. For example, they write the objective in two line, methodology in two line, sampling technique two line, and then they write the finding in two line. So that is so helpful for me. By reading that only, I can write my own ROL. Okay, Bushra, you understand? So that's why article is also important. So I told you why article is important, why the thesis is important, and why the reports are important. Now, please, what to avoid? As I told you, in a 10 minutes, I'll finish my theoretical perspective, and then we're starting the practical application of it. Then you'll be very careful, very attentive. Avoid what to avoid? Copy paste. Don't copy paste as it is. Taking sentences randomly and pasting and patch writing. Don't do patch writing. Mosaic plagiarism, we call it. Don't do it. Some people are very innocent. I don't say we are smart. I'm not like, I don't want to tease you or tease us. I only say that sometimes we feel like you don't have time. We take, 15 people, we take their two line randomly and we paste it. Okay. And when you read that, it doesn't have any meaning. Why? No systematic approach is followed. You're just copying mosaic patch writing you're doing, taking something, 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 and composing your own. So that should not be done. Then you have to take finding of others as a part of your ROL. Finding of others must be a part of your ROL. In a literature review, you must have to mention at least in two lines what they have found out or what is the outcome of the study. Then don't take article without title, year, journal name, volume, issue, etc. Now this is very important. Note down if you can or recall in your mind, store it in your mind. While you are referring any article, if you come across, give a glance to it, and you find that year is not mentioned, reject it. Journal name not mentioned, reject it. Volume issue is not specified, reject it. Don't use search articles, right? Now, only use standard articles. What standard articles? Google Scholar. And if you have access to Academia, please do that. So only use the standard articles. Okay. Only standard articles to use and not other. I'm saying avoid now, so you may take wrongly avoid standard articles. So I changed the word. Okay. Now come to the next part, right way. What is the right way? Now, from here, the applied work starts. Now, be more attentive. I understand 3 hour session theoretical is tiring. I understand, but we have to learn as a scholar. जज्बा तो चाहिए, ठीक है? Now, what to do is that what's the right way? Download all the article in a folder and write a name to it. Name it. Akash, Michael, Joseph, Islam, जिसके भी आर्टिकल्स है उस नाम से save it in a folder. Folder, save it. If you get a 50 best article, download and save it. If you get if you get a good thesis, make a folder. Article is one, so you can save it. In a one folder, you can save number of article. But thesis are not like article wise; they are chapter wise. So in a thesis folder, you create 40 folders and name each folder, and in that folder you save the chapter 1, RM chapter, title chapter, and finding chapter. I'm writing here. Okay, I'm writing here. See what is that? Hmm. Okay, can you see this down? Uh, you have to download what to take for thesis. Make a folder with author name and download only. What to download only? Download only title page, research methodology page, chapter matlab, okay. And last one, what do we say? Findings and conclusion chapter. You download these three, bus, because the three will help you in your literature review. The RM chapter will clearly tell you about everything they have taken in their studies, and the finding chapter will tell you what is the result of their study. Understood? So this way, you have to make a right way preparation for your studies. Understood? So articles download as it is, make a one folder with a different name and save it. But for a thesis, but for a thesis, you have to write different. You have to create different folder, and in different folder, you have to again create. Sorry, in different folder, you write down three important chapters: one title page, one RM chapter, and one finding and conclusion. Okay, so do this now. APA, how to write references is also very important. I'll be sharing this to you. Writing APA is very important because today, if you don't write APA style, your references, there will be a question raised on you. So for article, it's very simple. Write a name. If two people are there, write a two name. If more than two are there, write title. And you can mention over there the title name, journal name, volume, issue, page number. See, I've developed here, right? I've developed here. Akash and Mohan, a study on employed youth in Mumbai, Journal of Economics, volume 5, issue 4, page number 122, 126. So articles should be written this way only. And if this is you want to write, it's very simple. Name, title, university name, and the state. That's it. Very simple. Now, this is the sample of reference. I'm creating it for you. Just uh, look at this. Someone has marked red over there. Krishna, delete it because that's creating problem. Yeah, by mistake, someone have done it. Yeah, can you see the screen now? I'm trying to develop one RL for you. Is it clear? Are you seeing this now? Can you see this? I'm developing one article for you. Is it visible? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. A sample of ROL of article. Now, how to write it? See here. Study about, objective of the study, methodology, right? Main findings. For article, you can refer this. Now, what I'm doing is that see. Now, I'm developing it here in right side. I got one article, and article is written by Mr. Smith and Thompson. In the year 2022, they had done a study on impact of healthcare system or healthcare system on, or I take simple one, just wait, I take a simple topic. Suppose role of social media and its influence on the generation Z. This is title. The journal name was Journal of Marketing. Okay. The issue was, sorry, volume was 4, issue was 3, page number were 1102, 115. This is what I composed the literature. I composed the reference. Okay. Here I compose reference. Now I am starting with the literature review. Now it's a hypothetical because it's very difficult for me to open the article here and show you. So assume that article is in front of us. We are getting access to that. And now we are just understanding. See the abstract and start writing. Now here I start writing is that Smith and Thompson. See the language I'm using. I'm drafting my way. Studied the role of social media and its influence on Gen Z in Tokyo. While studying, I came to know that they are on a study. So it was missing in the references. I read the article and I wrote the geographical area. Tokyo in Tokyo of Japan, right? Or in Tokyo. Now full stop. I read the objectives. They had written 3 objectives. I composed in one. The main objective of their study was to find out how the social media is impacting young generation in the city. Okay, I composed one objective. Reading the 3 objectives, I composed in one. Okay, now I want to write the methodology. I come to know that they this study was based on primary data and explorative in nature, right? Uh, What they had written, I wrote that study explorative tha, and it was on a priority best. Okay, full stop. Uh, Data was collected from 440 youth from the city using convenience sampling. But the point now, I wrote about the sampling because it was there. So I mentioned it nicely. Enough. For article, it's more enough, right? Now it was the sampling. They found that the young generation or Generation Z is more influenced by the social media due to the excessive use of mobiles and tabs. They are more into the gamification and social network apps. Now you can write more if you want. I just wanted to give an idea. Now it's up to you. How do you use it systematically? Now, when someone read this article of yours, they easily understand that some kind of study is done in Tokyo, and the study is speaking about this, right? And easily they can make it out what you wanted to, what the research, what the actual people who have done the study they wanted to say. So this is called as a systematic compose of literature review. It is of the article, right? Understood now? Clear? References is clear to you how it's to be written. References are written very systematically about the author, year, title, journal name, volume, issue, and page number. I hope it's clear now how it is developed. So this is your literature review of article. Is it fine? Okay. Shall I move ahead? Someone can reply. Yeah, in the chat box I can see. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Thank you, Sama. Writing in chat box, but I couldn't see it. Thank you very much, Shalini. So, is it clear? Okay, fine. Now we will develop the now. We will develop the student thesis. See, thesis, I have developed one here, but I will develop one more for you again. Left side, I have written what is to be mentioned. Study about major objective, hypothesis, methodology, sampling technique, tools, finding, conclusion. Now let's compose one article, right? I write here reference, ROL for hypothesis. I'm using one article of, suppose, okay, I take some example. Maria, 2020, she studied on employment status of women in Kerala between 2019 to 2000, sorry, between 2015 to 2018. Or I don't take the period here, I only take the employment of women in Kerala. The university was, department was Department of Economics, University of Calicut, Kerala. Thesis reference writing is student very simple. You do not, I'll tell you there are softwares which are helping you. Some may be having that question in their mind. I'll tell you that, but afterward. But writing thesis ROL is very simple as compared to the articles. So Maria ka ye hai. Now I want to develop it. This is her reference. Okay. Now I'm developing it and I'm trying to focus on everything which I want as a parameter or prerequisite of writing. Okay. So look at this. Mm, okay. Maria 2020 studied the employment status, or I do like that, carried a study on employment status of women in Kerala, focusing on focusing on Trishur and Palika, right? And Thiruvananthapuram we can say, and Thiruvananthapuram. I say short form. Okay. Now she is studying on a two district because when she wrote the Kerala there, but when you study, you came to know she only focused on two districts. Okay. Although she studied on this. This study was descriptive and influential in nature and was a cross-sectional study. As I told you, you have to mention it without fail. Okay. The main objective of the study was to highlight the employment status of women in Kerala and the problems associated with each. Okay, there were five objectives. I wrote those and I wrote a one and problems with each and the government initiative for the same, right? So objective I composed. Now, the study was based on the hypothesis that there is no, the study was based on the hypothesis that the employment and government schemes do not have positive correlation or association, right? I wrote the main hypothesis because thesis it has. You don't think I'm writing randomly or I'm writing just hypothetically, but thesis we are using, it will have everything this information. So I wrote that she's trying to study that there is no relationship between the government schemes and the employment generation in Kerala, right? Uh, for this study, or I change the language, study was done on 550 women staying in selected districts by using stratified sampling method as a part of probability random sampling. So I also wrote the method and the sample size also. To prove the hypothesis, she used tests like chi-square test, F-test, and other related statistical treatments. Full stop. Now, if I come to the previous slide, you'll come to know that I'm covering, see, can you see the red light? I'm covering all these left side written a prerequisite writing the thesis. Okay. So when you study, you come to know that this all should be the prerequisite for writing your literature review. Now I came to know up to tool. Now I am coming to finding. Fine. She found that the women in Kerala are facing employment issues due to population and the less opportunities in different sectors. Okay, because as the population in Kerala, we generally find that getting job is a challenge. What I find from my friend, right? So, what your problems she has discussed, you write that. Don't write your own. This is hypothetical, so I wrote, but write on. So this way you can find out. Okay. Now, suggestion दिया होगा. It's a thesis, na. Recommendation is must. So she recommended that government schemes should be announced on social media and should reach to the women to understand understand its advantages, and accordingly they will take advantage of these schemes. Full stop. And program. I have finished it now, the schemes and program. Now you can find that you must have done literature review till now. You must have studied on this till now. But now from this, you will come to know that I have given a justification to someone's work by writing what she has given her efforts for, not by writing what I am feeling about that work. I'm not writing at all. You're not allowed to write your emotions and your feelings in that. Is it clear? You have to just write what is mentioned by them, what is found by them. You are no more allowed to write your own emotions or your own feelings in that. You have to only mention about what is done by her, what was her methodology, and what was her. I hope this is understood by you. Is it clear? This way, if you write ROL, people will appreciate you a lot. They'll really appreciate you a lot if you follow this way. I hope it's clear for you now. Dear learners, have you understood how to draft it, how to write it? Because if I only speak about it, it will be helpful or useful for you. I have to teach you how to write it exactly. So, did you understand? I think they have been muted by Anna Krishna. Okay. I see chat box. I think you must have replied in chat box. Okay. Okay, fine. Acha, acha, beta, all your questions will be replied, answered when you are in interactive session. I'm seeing that some are writing questions in chat box. So during interaction, I will clarify all your doubts. Okay. Who is Anna from? Annapurna Panda. I shall solve it when we interact. Okay. About to finish it sometime. Okay. Yeah. So you cannot write the word like to test hypothesis, but I'll tell you, here you can write a word to prove the hypothesis or to test the hypothesis also you can write because you are proving now whether it is acceptance level and rejection level. So you can use both the term, no problem. Okay. Now come to the review of books. Now I told you you can review books also, dear student. So books may what you have to use. What did you write in books? Writing literature for books is quite difficult. It's quite difficult to write a review on books. Books are of 230 to 50 pages. It is not at all visible for all of us to read all those books and reading only will take 3 years, if I'm not wrong. So, but you can see its index, chapters they have used, and on the understanding the acknowledgement page or the page written by them, you will come to know that who has written, which year it is written, and I've given APA style over there down. I've given everything what you need. So APA style I've given already: author name, year, title of the book, edition, and publisher name, and if possible, URL link. So you write about the book, the title of the book, the chapters or the chapters of the book, the main theme of the book, critical idea of the book. If they have followed methodology, is not many times in a book methods nahi hote. But today you know that if I have done my PhD, I can publish my book I can publish my thesis in a book form, right? So if I publish my book in a sorry, my thesis in a book form, then certainly it will be having methodology. So in that case, you can use it. Otherwise, general books don't have methodologies and relevance for academics. That book relevance for your study you have to write. So, for example, you're referring any book. So you mention in that book is that this book is written on this, having 8 chapters. In this chapter, this part is studied. So you have to mention about the chapters, what is the main core idea of the chapter, wedding point or not. So this is very, very important. So books, I'm not suggesting you take more, but 5 to 10 you can take asking your guide. At least 5 books should be used because there are people who are writing book, okay, for you. And you have to honor them also, na? Because writing book is not an easy job. It takes a great pain. And if they're taking great pain, you can refer them and you can cite them. They'll be happy because when someone writes, he writes that audience should read it. Audience should read it, and the purpose is that I should be known for that. Everyone has that desire. We are not the exception to it, right? Then we have the next one is we are about to finish. Then we'll have a question answer session. Okay. Now we will see reviews of reports. This is very important. I was discussing with you. See, reviews of reports. I told you there are different government agencies. There are different government organizations. There are different authors who are writing a report for you, and this all reports they are writing for your reference only. So please read those reports. Not now. Again, I'm telling you, dear students, see, just to make you learn, I cannot say big thing, and I will never say this big thing just to make you impress. I will never do that. I'm telling you, reading entire report is very difficult. It's very difficult. Reading a report will tire you, but you can find in nutshell giving a glance to the methodology, what it is exactly speaking about. Okay, So here you can find is that if the report which you are using, you will try to find out that whether that report is relevant to you or not. Suppose uh, now I sent one paper, okay, in Odisha recently, which I'll be going to present in the on 5th. So that paper is on that. I am trying to study nexus between the population dynamic, okay, and population dynamics and the government spending in a SARC countries. Okay, so what I have done is that I am studying India, Bhutan, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, all these countries spending done by government during the COVID pandemic and after COVID pandemic, how they are sustaining that. So I have used many reports which are published already by many agencies online. So that those were my base. Now, if my research title is having that reference of COVID pandemic in a title, then I can refer all kind of reports available related to the COVID pandemic. Did you understand? So relevance is very important. You are doing study on a women employment and you are using a report of marketing of vada pav. That will not work. That is not relevant. So relevance is very important. Type of report you are using, that is very important, and the scope. Summary, write in a very short line. Again, overall, dear students and my friends, all literature reviews have the same kind of layout. What is that? Study about objectives, methodologies, sampling techniques. Everything is same only. Little somewhere reports do not have that systematic, or reports have a systematic approach. Books do not have. Articles may not have, I said. It has it may not have. But theses and reports have systematic approach. So please use reports more and more. I've given the reference style again over there. The name of the agency or author or organization or the government, the title of the report, then report number, very, very important. There are report number 548, 495. I refer so I know. So write that number also and the publisher name, very important. So don't forget to write the author name or agency name. Suppose I use WHO reports for my paper. So WHO into bracket 2024. That title of the report and I wrote published by WHO only, right? So you have to mention that sometimes what happens, some reports are or some works are sponsored. I think you must be knowing that some companies are sponsoring to the agencies some report some research are sponsored by agencies. So you have to mention that agency name or if they're publishing that publisher name because it's an honor to them for helping you or for carrying the researches in the academics. Now, what's the big thing to do? What's the big thing to do? Suppose now many students understand, sir, how to find out the what to find out. Try to understand my question. How to find out what to find out. This is a question with the many students. Now, see the title here. Okay. Suppose the study is on this. Studies on this role of social media on the generation Z in Mumbai. Now, this is my research title or my article title. Now, how to find out ROL? See the keywords. Which keywords are there you are finding here? Social media and youth. This you can find out. Second, Gen Z behavior. These are the keywords you can put and you can find out the articles on this, right? So I think these two words are here major, are dominating in this research work. So I will stick to these two only, and whatever I get the article or journal or report, I will use it for my research work. This is the last part I had to tell you. He see the title and find out the number of keywords in the title. I have seen some students, they are not guided properly and they are so confused, sir. I'm not understanding what to find out. I'm not getting articles only because we are not told right way. Now, simple example, I tell you. Employment of women in Kerala. Now, there are only two major words, only one keyword. What is keyword? Employment. Now, here you can take employment of women in any sector that is allowed to you. Because why? You are saying employment of women. You are not specifying which area. So you can take any kind of disease and article available related to employment of women. And it should not only be in Kerala. You can take study carried in all over India, all over world as well. So again, I had one new slide because it's a 3 hour session, I think so. I'll finish it up now for the interaction. Now, mm, extent of ROL, or we can say ROL only from India or from global studies. Can anyone answer me on this? What do you feel? Shall we only take from India or can we take from global also, right? Yeah, Ms. Anisha, I will reply it. I'll reply it in interaction. Narrative essays, we don't write narrative ROL as I told you because those are unsystematic. Like you read and you write something in a draft. And descriptive method is a sampling method. Sorry, is a study method which is not in a ROL. ROL you have to describe what is written by that person in a systematic way. I'll come to you when we interact. Okay. Yeah. Neha said, okay, we can take both. Okay. Some said we can take global, both. Very nice. We can take all studies. If we are getting short of information, please take all kind of studies. For example, but you say, sir, I'm only taking global, then that will be very wrong. You take some global major studies very related to your and then you stick on the global Indian thesis Indian article. But global studies you can take, right? So here now, so Bhim Kumar is asking, his title Digital Financial Knowledge and Financial Inclusion, Mediating Financial Literacy. Now here, sir, you have to keep a keyword, digital. Okay, you can say digital uh, and financial inclusion, one keyword. Then financial knowledge can be second keyword. And third, financial literacy. Whatever work has been done in these three, whatever you get, that can be your total ROL material. Okay. So when you are collecting the PDF and thesis, you can take on all these keywords. Yeah, some is Irvin Kaur is asking that if Indian studies are limited, can you take majority from global? Yes, you can take, but Indian context has to be there somewhere, right? Don't forget that. Suppose if you say that in India, this kind of study has not done only. As I told you, no studies untouched. Though the Western, though we say developed and developing countries have their different problem, but problems are what? Economic indicators only. Okay, so problems are related. Only somewhere they are grave, somewhere they are, very, I would say not so grave, but problems are related same only. So when you want to take from global studies, take, but adequately Indian studies should also be mentioned in Indian theses. Acha, for the literature, for articles, article is no as such rule. In articles, you can dominate with the global studies, no problem. Then Ashutosh Saxena. Dear sir, can we also give review of article for only past 2 years? This is absolutely not accepted. If it's a COVID, post-COVID study, it will be accepted now because of 5 years have been done. So 19 onward till today you can do. But literary articles, if you only write for 2 years, uh, exceptionally, exceptionally, if you are writing a recent trend, okay, for thesis, For thesis, it is not accepted. That is rejected. 2 years won't be applicable or accepted. But for the articles, exceptionally, if it's a recent trend, then it will be accepted. Right? It's a recent trend. For example, you want to write about the AI. Okay, Ashutosh sir. You want to write on AI. So AI has got more, I would say it is more into talk last 2 3 years only, or last 2 years. So in this case, you can refer the study of 2022 to 2024. No problem, absolutely no problem, right? Yeah, yeah. Current and recent trends, if there are, you can take 2 years. No one can stop you for previous studies of 80s and 90s. That is not possible at all. Now, yeah, okay. Let me finish this last slide, Mr. Bhim Kumar sir, and then we have an interactive session, and I solve you all queries. Okay. So now RL from Indian of Global Studies. Now here you can take both the studies ROL, both you can use, but Indian context must dominate to find out the research gap. Okay. Because Indian studies we are doing, then you must understand that you have to find out the gap of the study. So when you're trying to find the gap of the study, then Indian context, I think, should dominate here. You should take a more from Indian studies. Global, I don't. Your thesis with only global studies, right? So now I think Krishna sir, if I think we can go for interaction because it will take time, and that is really good. If we speak with the scholar, they're writing so many questions. I'm feeling so happy, and that's really a good thing. So we can have for interaction session. You can write the inbox. I'll reply now. You can start writing your queries, and I will reply it. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Bushra Ayub Khan is asking is that if the topic is based on particular area like Mumbai, Thane, but can we take RL from any area? Try to understand, dear Bushra, that is a geographical proximity only. So that has to do nothing with your research work. Your research work is your main keyword, what you want to study. For example, you want to of people staying in Mumbai. So your main study is on a spending behavior. Mumbai is a geographical area. So spending behavior all over the world and all over India who have done study, you can take as a reference. Is it clear? So Mumbai and Thane, if you put, then it means that study is already done. Your study has no relevance. Unfortunately, Darshana Pednekar. Unfortunately, recently AI was helping students, but now 6 to 7 depositories have restricted AI to give you the sources. So apart from Google Scholar, I think so it is the only one which is free to you. But there are academics here, but they are charging. They are paid. There are many, but they are paid. And so you can do one thing. If your college is having the subscription, request your principal to take, and good colleges have widely. Individually, it is very costly, not suggestible, and not affordable also, I feel so. Irvin is asking, sir, in what order we have to write ROL? Chronological, alphabetical, very good question, very, very good question. I appreciate for this. This is guide's view. This is guide's view. Some guides say that write it alphabetically. Some guides say write it chronologically. But if your study is, for example, you are writing on a bank merger, writing on the bank merger, then use chronological way. So if you are trying to show historical perspective, go chronologically. Otherwise, go alphabetically. But again, ask your guide because different guides have their different ideas to tell. Okay, clear it now. So, or somewhere you can do one thing. You can divide like this. I'm showing you right now. I'm showing you right now one more slide. how to present it. Okay, I'm coming back to all of you, just explaining, or she asked the question, how to mention ROL. Okay, how to mention ROL. It can be mentioned alphabetically, it can be mentioned chronologically, as your guide says, or as your study based. Suppose if your study is studies historical, for example, bank mergers or nationalization of banks, then go for chronological. Okay, and otherwise, if your study is very normal, otherwise go alphabetical. Now, but how to present? You can present like this. For example, just wait. I change the design and I tell you because I'm finding little inappropriate telling this way. Yeah. Okay. I'm telling you. Now suppose this way. Your chapter is ROL. Chapter 2. I'm teaching applied way. Chapter 2. Review of literature. Right. Now here what you do? Introduction. Some line. Then A. Thesis. उसके अंदर whatever you have taken, you can show this way. It's a very good way of showing. Or you can say B, then C, reports, and D, you can show here books. Understood now? So below it, you can show your articles composed. This is one of the best way. And someone asked me, sir, shall we write research gap? Yes, you can write research gap. You can mention. You can mention at last, no problem. Or you can mention in the beginning also. You can mention, no problem. Research gap, you can mention if your guide says, ask him, take his permission or her permission, and then you can carry. So this way, if you carry now, it will be a very decent one. So under thesis, you write 40, and article you write 50. So that is a very clarity of that the student has done a very good job. Will be appreciated. Is there any difference between research article and gas alert? Please come. Lecture शुरू है. Can you listen to? Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. Is there any difference between research article and research paper? Research paper has a systematic layout. Research article may not have layout. It may have the opinion-based writing. Is it clear, Miss Priyanka? Suppose I am writing an article on social media. Thank you. I'm writing an article on social media and its impact on youth. I'm just writing an article, research based only, but I'm not systematically showing the layout. It may be article, but basically both are synonym. They're not different. But when you say research paper, it has the proper layout. Research design, we call it. Yes, give it 2 minutes, sir. Give it 2 minutes. Yeah, thank you very much. Am I audible? Krishna,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Now I'm replying some question. So I think research paper, Priyanka understood. Research paper has a research design. Now second is by Ram Sina. She's asking that, he's asking, I don't know her name, I don't know whether boy or girl. How can we organize ROL chapter? What do you think about objective based? See, ROL chapter has to do nothing with your objectives. You can take ROL chapter alphabetically or chronologically, as I told you. That is very important. About references, very good question. References are always put in reference chapter. Many a time, some guys say that use it as a footnote, but that is not adorable actually, because if you're writing a footnote, same you are writing in a chapter 7 or last chapter also references. So always do one thing, keep your 7 chapter ready. Whenever you draft any ROL reference, for the timing you type there only. For the same time, for the timing you write draft reference, write ROL. Draft reference, write ROL. And when your work is done, then copy paste the same thing on another page. Remove all ROL. You'll get only references. Arrange them alphabetically. You bullet. Your chapter is ready. I again repeat, Chandraban sir. What I said is that you just draft the reference, write ROL, draft reference, write the ROL, draft reference, write the ROL. So you did your 90 ROL reference articles, ROL finished. Okay. Same page you copy on another page, another Word file, you copy same content and name it references. And from there, delete all the your ROL draft. You only get your references. Just select them, arrange them alphabetically, give bullet. Your ROL chapter is ready-made in your hand. Is it clear? So if you start doing like this, writing ROL here and 7 chapter you are pasting references, writing ROL again here, that will create a problem. So better do one thing. In a Word file only you write references, italic karo usko, write your draft of ROL. Again write a new references, make it italic, write page and delete all the ROL. Only you get your reference. So here you get ROL, and from here you delete all your references. So you get 2 pages, one like a pure ROL chapter and one a pure reference chapter without any, without any discrepancy. Is it clear now? Then what type of research can we do in a IKS? Today IKS is on a great demand, and there will be there is much and much written on the IKS. For the IKS, dear student, you are supposed to only find out the related study. For example, suppose recently I wrote 2 papers. One paper I wrote for MET on yeah, for which I get again a best paper award. So that was the presentation award, but I got my idea how the religion can sustain your business. In the countries like Thailand, Malaysia, Islamic studies based, they are doing their businesses. So I thought to write on Hindu philosophy. So I used all kind of literature reviews which were done on the business and religion. So I took all references, okay, for your knowledge. I took from business and Islam, business and Christianity, business and Jainism, business and Parsiism, business and Hinduism. I refer all for my paper because limited I had. So the second paper I wrote now recently, I wrote one paper on spirituality. NEP is saying that teach students religion. I strongly give opinion, teach religion, all religions to the students. Because when a child is born, he carries the name of religion because he is living in all religion philosophies and then take his own call what principles he have to follow. So I have written that paper recently sent somewhere. So I also use their different work done on spiritual and religious things. Okay, Nirja Cholama. This way you can take. Then, yeah. What is sequence and how difference the theoretical review conceptual? Sir, is not like that. Never divide them theoretically, conceptually, and empirically. Write all reviews altogether. Only divide them alphabetically, chronologically, and if you want in a head, thesis, article, book, and report. It will be more complicated. If you try to show like this, if you are a medicinal student, you're from medical background, then you have to show them the uh, meta analysis that you have to show properly year wise. Complicated otherwise. Nidhi Sharma, if any research is done on one city, then another same research can be done on a city with same name. Yeah, this is the general style of the very good and funny question Nidhi you asked, but you have asked a very good question. You know what people do? Cooperative study of cooperative banks. We stay in Mumbai, so I'm taking Mumbai reference. Cooperative study, the study on cooperative banks, okay, in Thane, in Mumbai, in Nagpur, in Jalgaon, in Bhubaneswar, in Sambalpur. These people have been doing so many years, right? That is again new dimension, no problem. But it is like, what happened? You want to do PhD and you are scaring of giving thought. So you are, and on that basis, you are trying to create your study just by changing name. So you are using their methodology as it is, you are using their objective as it is. It will be again plagiarized. You have to do modification. I hope you're understanding, Nidhi. You have to change the modification. Objectives, you frame your objectives. Your geographical area will come, but objective should be different. Hypothesis should be different. Yeah, methodology you can use there because that doesn't come in plagiarism. I hope you understood. Title don't take same, modify it to some extent. So modify title, if you want to take a base of some study, modify title, okay? Modify objective, hypothesis, variables, methodology, you can use the same, no problem. Okay? Yeah. Anisha, how can we do paraphrasing, sir? Can you give an example of paraphrasing, please? Dekhiye, this is a great challenge. There are Mendeley and different apps for generating references, which I really don't support, honestly. From the beginning, my students are also here listening. They know that. I don't ask them because, that makes you think less. So here the problem is that people are using online paraphrasing tool, AI tool. The risk is like that. Today it is not catching you, but after somewhere, if it is caught you, somewhere, after some year, it caught and it is found that it was someone's work as it is. You may have to face the problem, legal problem or financial penalty problem. So what to do is that write in your own words. If your English is poor, you draft it, then from English friend or English teacher, correct it. You can use for correction app, use karo na, Grammarly use karo, but you paraphrase in your own word only. Don't take it ready-made from the softwares. Tomorrow you may face problem because uh, I think now AI generated material is also being caught. I heard for some 1 year people enjoyed it. People are widely using it for writing textbooks and papers, but it is a risk again. It's a threat only. Tomorrow again it catches you with a new different tool brought. You have to reply on that. So better paraphrase it in your own word. Okay, read it, paraphrase. Read it, paraphrase. Yeah. What is difference between reference and bibliography? This is again a good question. See, when we talk about the references and the bibliography, basically we just mention a word, references. For any kind of study you carry, we only write a word references many times. We do not write some people write bibliography, some are writing a bibliography as well. So it all is related. This all is related with what you are referring. Suppose now I have seen some work in thesis now, they have written the bibliography. So if I ask them, What do you mean by the bibliography? So they say, ki, sir, it is taken from the online websites. Got my point or not? So it's taken from online website. So we have used word for the we have used words a bibliography. They say like that. So whenever write references and that it doesn't way, you have to write cite it properly. So citation, if it is proper, that is your reference. So whether you write a references or bibliography doesn't matter. That is a appropriate name given to the references generated. Yeah. Can we take as reference which was published? Yeah, yeah, you can take, but don't take old one. But anthropology, history, geography, people can take old one also. Excavation study, people can take. But we social science humanities don't take much more. 20 years before, you can take some, but I suggest don't take very old like 50s and 60s. But if you find that it was worth reading, then you can take. There's no rule as such. No rule as such. Bharti Bhole, what kind of research we can do in computer? Acha, this is not my area of subject. Sorry, Bharti, because I'm very poor in computers, CS and IT. It's not my area only. I'm more into the socioeconomic studies, management, commerce studies, literature and music. These are my areas. So title I can suggest you, but I can tell you you can refer some good titles and then you can frame your area, interested area, and you can study. Very, I regret because it's not my area, IT and computer science. Yeah. Aman Bora. Light on ROL for a theme which is mostly qualitative and based on secondary source. Okay. Don't know whether. Yeah, fine. Very good. Sir, for the quality, I think you must be from sociology and qualitative study student. The qualitative studies have their different methods. Dear students, if there are students from sociology and other than literature, then I tell for them because I am also sociology student. Here you find a grounded study, focus group area. There is no methodology. So you can go for the focus group area study, grounded study, you can go, narrative essays you can write. So here you did not follow a systematic layout, but you can follow particular methodology is there. No methodology ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. There is methodology there, but you have to choose the qualitative data-based methodologies or sampling techniques or data collection techniques. So mostly we are using grounded theory to understanding deep study or focus group we are using where you make a group of people and you interview them in depth. So such things you can use. But for this, you want to study this, so I told you this, but ROL you are getting already, na? There's no problem in getting ROL on this. You get online easy. There are different qualitative study as well. Along with quantitative, there are different qualitative study done by the people. You can refer their work, even you can refer their methodologies also for your own study. You can read them and you'll get many. There are such studies they're using good methodologies. So if my topic is consumer behavior with reference to apparel in online shopping, should I write around the consumer behavior, apparel in online shopping? Yeah. Objective, see, your objective will be on your topic only, right? And your objectives will not go away from your topic. Your objective will be like what? To assess the consumer behavior, demanding apparel goods, okay, to study the, spending pattern of people apparel. You will frame like that only. So your objective will never go away from your title. So obviously, the title keywords will only be the part of your ROL search, okay? So consumer behavior, you can not only consumer behavior, you can take any study on apparel. You can take consumer behavioral apparel. You can take any online shopping studies just to supplement your work. If you are not getting adequate ROL, then only you justify it in your while defending Viva, why you took that. Now, my student one recently, she done on a healthcare in Pune. But while doing that, also she used some related work, but it's justified in her Viva and they agreed on it. Okay. Many journals are not freely accessible. So is it library which allows? Where do you stay? I don't know, Tahir Ali. Because in Mumbai, I told there are some, our SND University and Tata Institute. These people are giving students membership and they're helping them to access the paid journal sites. So you have to search out in your area where you stay. You have to find out which universities are there. They charge you something, not more, 1,000, 2,000. You have to take letter from your center that I am a research scholar, and they allow you and they give you access. Just go, just go only 5 days and take everything downloaded in your C drive. If they give you, or I don't know whether they allow you to use WhatsApp or not, they don't allow you, but download all, take in a pen drive if they allow you, go home and then start doing your work. No need to go every day. Go only 5, 6 days, get maximum articles in your pen drive, and then stay home and start working. My battery is running out. Yeah, no issue. Prajapati ma'am, we already are finished. Yeah. Thank you for joining. Tara Shetty, how to cite the references to numbering in the body of study? I did not get to what exactly is the question. How to cite the references through numbering in the body of study? Numbering in the body of study, I did not understand. You mean to number the references? You can use a footnote for numbering 1, 2, 3, 4 like that on the author's name. Right side clicking author name, you can go in a footnote. Reference you can go and you can write their numbers. Nirja Chawla. But I'm from the field of mathematics and teaching, so also I cannot think of impact of religion on business. Uh, what does you mean to say is that, see, there are some principles of religion which you follow ethically, your business may grow. For example, if I come to know that, if I come to know that the company is using the food industry is using the halal, how can you, sir? It's not Nirja. It's not like that. Example, if I think that a food company, burger company is using halal meat, I will demand more because my religion says use halal meat. You got the point or not? So, though you are mathematics and you think that the impact of religion on business is not there, that is a very wrong perception. Religion teaching can have a great impact on the businesses to sustain, because if I follow Satya, I follow all Hindu philosophy in my business, I can attract the Hindu community for my goods. Obviously, there's impact. And if you can go and study the many studies have been done in Islamic Christians on the religious principles and its impact on business. You can go for it. Okay. Acha, mathematics and statistics people basically uh, your methodologies are very different than the humanities and social sciences. Completely different methods. I understand that. Yeah. Thank you very much. Nisha Sejo. How many sources to read to understand the best literature? Is there no specific count, Nisha? You can choose best. I told you now one parameter. Choose best on the ground of title written, year written, journal name written, volume written, issue written, page number written. If you find all these in an article, is a best article. Thesis, all theses are best because they are university has accepted, it means they all are good. Okay, no such count. Anisha, can you please give the light on descriptive method of literature writing? In a descriptive writing, madam, you describe the literature review in your own word. Okay. But if you describe the literature in your own word as a essay, as a narrative essay, it is just a literature draft. But if you describe it systematically, it becomes a systematical ROL. Is it clear? So I suggest you describe it, what you read, but read what you read, describe in that systematic prerequisite which I told you. What is study about? What was the method I applied? What were the statistical tools used? What was the finding? Then it will be appreciated. If all keywords, Nidhi Sharma, if all keywords are not available in title, abstract, but 2 or 3, okay, you can do. You can take, no problem, you can take. Ram Pratap Singh, we have taken some content from paper and the paper has also cited other author. Please guide us on whom we should cite. Should we cite the paper from which we are taking, the paper which you are taking? Because the other already have cited him, na? Other already have cited him and he has written his own view on his paper. So when you're reading, suppose now example, you're reading my paper and I have cited someone else. Though I have cited someone else, that paper is written by me, na? Yes, it is my opinion which I have paraphrased. So you have to cite me. Okay? You have to cite me if you are using my paper. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Terali slate wala Palgar you said, na? Then you have to see nearby, madam. Otherwise, you also can access Churchgate, SNDT University. I told you, go to Govandi TIS. Very nice library. Very nice library. My all credit goes to TIS of my work. Yeah. Nija Chawla. What is difference between I explained it already, right? There is no difference. It's only systematic way you are presenting it. So people write references, bibliography, even oblique they write bibliography now. It's a style. References are the exact citation of the data or information or taking our work from others' work. While bibliography, you work, we have read for your work, but not using it for data. Yeah, it can be like that, but I have never found any work till today in references that they have a specified reference bibliography. I think one or twice I have gone through. I've gone through. But moreover, you are getting their information and putting your own, so you are referring them. So even you write a one title, it doesn't harm you, I feel personally. It may be on your guide's view also. You can ask them. Okay. In title metropolitan cities on consumer behavior, one city should be chosen or more than one. Bhavish, you are studying a consumer behavior metro cities. Your title is metropolitan cities, but in limitation, you can choose more than one. 2 or 3 cities you can take. That is a limitation of your study. Okay. You can't study all metropolitan cities of India. That is impossible. So stick to the 2 or 3, which is where you can get your data from. Okay. So topic that I have taken in PhD, I have taken with geography area in it. No one has done any search on my topic. How can I do ROL? It is not possible. Na? What is your topic? Title you write me, I tell you. I can help you by seeing title, not this way. Okay. Miss what's her name? Priyanka. Thank you, Anisha. Fine. Nirja madam, I'll give to it is not yet published by MET. Once it's published, I'll share with Krishna. Don't worry. They have not yet published it. It was last January, it was a conference. Yet we haven't got any paper published on that. Once it's published, I can give you, because then I'll be cited by you, na? That will be much better way. Yeah. Navya Prem. Sir, my topic is impact of emotional appeal in advertising of electronic gadget in millennials. How can we get it? Yeah, you can take the ROL and advertising. Advertising of electronic gadgets can be your keywords. The emotional appeal of millennial can be your keyword. Emotional appeal among the youth demanding goods can be your keyword. So these are keywords you can find out. Okay. Emotional appeal of youth or any consumer in any industry you can take. Advertising impact you can take. Advertising impact on electronic gadgets you can take. And the study on the millennials people have done, you can take that. 3 keywords you can easily take out. Okay, thank you, Nidhi. Can you share your okay? Commerce management. There are many. I'll talk with Krishna. I will share with him, Bushra ma'am. Yeah, thank you very much. Take care. Yeah. Uh, Again, Priyanka. Acha, Priyanka, geographical. Where it is a job, how can you say it's not available? Impact of social media marketing on consumer buying behavior. Study of Villupuram district. You have 2 keywords major here. Social media marketing itself, lot of study have been done on this on consumer behavior. But here you have not mentioned Impact of social media marketing. Consumer behavior. Okay. You are not taking any product or service. So you can take any product and service freely. Don't worry about it. You can take a social media marketing of any goods and consumer behavior for any goods. And then you can do the interactive, integrated literature review you can generate it. Okay. Theoretical as well as the application based. So it's not available. Vellupuram will not be put in a keyword. Social media marketing, and consumer buying behavior. This you can put. Okay. Kalpana, effect of one scheme of government on farmer in Maharashtra. How can you say one scheme, ma'am? You have to mention the scheme name. It's wrong title. Title will not be accepted. If it is accepted, then I'm very scared. Effect of one scheme. If this topic is accepted, then there is a mistake. Okay. One scheme of farmer, Maharashtra, can I do? You can do study, but mention the scheme name over there. They say the impact of Janani Suraksha Yojana and women will do, right? The impact of Mudra scheme on the MSME will do. Mention the name of the scheme now. You can do, but mention the name of the scheme. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Yeah, what's Penagaram. Thank you very much. Yeah. Financial performance of a depository in India and perspective of retail investors. Yeah, you can, the keywords can be used financial, so retail investors, you can use a major keyword, and financial performance of the retailers. These two keywords you can use. Thank you, Bushra. Thank you. So I hope your questions are over. I think you're also getting tired. To be very frank, I never speak for 3 hours due to my health issues. But when the students are good, we really feel excited to teach more and more. And I'm really enjoying it because of the students' response. The very purpose of capacity building program is this only, that we must give you something which you need. Otherwise, no one will like to come and learn. So I'm very happy that understanding, and I tried my best to provide, the best of mind which can be done. Yeah, PPT I will share with you, no problem. And I'm very sure you will carry a very ethical work, very systematic work. Enjoy your work. PhD is to enjoy. Getting doctorate tag may give you the delight for 1 week, 1 month, but having done a wonderful work gives you delight throughout your lifetime. That strongly believe. The good researchers always take a pain. And when the pain is taken, you can wonderfully come as research scholar. People come to know from you only that you have done it so nicely, right? So that is my appeal to all of you. Carry ethical work, carry the good work, right? Carry the very systematic work, enjoy your work, dedicatedly participate in that. And that really works a lot, because today, when the world is getting for very easy tapping of AIs and all that, that is also a question. Use it, but use it for reference, but just create of your own. That is very important. So you're academician. When you do good work, your students are motivated from you. They will follow you. You have to create a generations of academicians. So your path and your way is very important. I feel strongly. If you go right way, your followers will follow the same way, and we can create a generations of intelligent one in coming time. Thank you very much. I think Krishna, it's over. Yeah, Krishna sir is there. From my side, I finished, and thank you very much for all your kind words. I really enjoyed my session because I also learned from you many things when you ask me questions. Yeah. So Krishna sir, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Krishna. I have done on it. I think they have adequately asked the questions, and I think they must have understood something.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, just a second, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Nirja ma'am, should we speak of sample size? No, no. In qualitative studies, many times, if they mention sample size, you mention na. If there is no sample size mentioned, you don't mention of your own. I told it is mentioned, then only mention. Otherwise, don't mention. No problem. Tell that we are also conducting a capacity building program from 17 March of next month. So I'll be sending the brochure to Krishna sir. You're most welcome to join it. Again, you'll have 19 speakers, national level, who will speak on different title. Your research work can be expedited nicely if you listen more people, I feel. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Smita Ganatra. Acha, NL, what is the number of minimum cases when we use case study? Very good question. In a case study, when you take na, dear learners, case study, what you take of an individual or a firm of an industry, then you have to stick to them or the related area. For example, if you are doing a case study on Tata Group, then the Tata products, if other group is also producing similar products, then you can take a supplementary case study of them also. Understood? So when you take a case study, related features, if someone is sharing, you can take their case study, no problem. Suppose if I write about the Lata Mangeshkar ji, uh, being a musical student. So I can also take case study of other, prolific singers who were in India. I can give their references as well. That is allowed, no problem. Thank you, Shakila. Thank you, Darshan sir. Thank you very much. Adi Krishna sir, their feedback link is not working, they are saying.
Sir, we are just working on that.
Okay, okay, okay.
Participants, by the time we are resolving the issues related to the feedback form, you all just fill the quiz. Quiz link is being active. It is shared in the chat box. Please fill fast. तो क्विज का एक बार देखना है, तुम लोग क्या कर रहे थे, समझ नहीं आ रहा मेरे को। पूरा क्विज देख। Participants, it's a request, please don't send anything in the chat box, because by the time we are sharing the quiz link. Okay. And if you'll send something, it will go up. Participants, the links has been shared. Now you can use. Munish sir, the link
Hello.
which we have shared now, it is working, sir. Participants, please fill the quiz.
Krishna sir, may I leave?
Sir, just 2 minutes, sir. Please, sir.
Okay, fine.